Alright, we are live. Welcome. This is Let's Get Bendy. I hope you guys are ready to get bendy. I know I am because I am feeling tight this morning. So, here we go. We're going to be working mostly on the lower part of our body, doing our legs and all that fun stuff. Okay? So, the only thing you're going to need for today's class is going to be someplace that you can stretch without touching anything. So sitting on the floor, think about doing a pike or a straddle. Can you do that in your space? Then you are good to go. Alright, welcome to episode 4 of Let's Get Bendy. First things first, let's start with our legs, alright? So we're going to go in a straddle. Not a super wide straddle, but a decently wide straddle. We are going to reach down to one side. We're going to try to touch our foot with both hands here. Okay, we're holding this position for a little while. If you can get both hands on your foot, that is great. Important things here are that both legs are staying straight and we're reaching for the floor. If you can touch your foot and that's easy for you, reach down, touch the floor on the side of your foot, okay? One of the things that I want to point out as we're doing this stretch is we want to make sure that our back is staying nice and straight. So take a look at my back. Even as I reach forwards, I don't want to be a round shape today. So in all of my stretches, I will remind you to have a straight back. What that means is don't round your back out like this, okay? Instead, try to have it nice and straight like this, all right? So if you hear me saying straight back, we're going to try to sit up tall and then reach into the stretch, okay? So with a straight back, we're reaching for our feet. And now we're going to switch over to the other side. So again, trying to keep our body nice and straight as best as we can. So that means just don't drop your head down here. Lift your head up. It actually helps to keep your body in the right position. If we round our back and we drop our head down, it takes away from the stretch and it puts it more into our back. But we're trying to get the back of our legs here. It's called the hamstring. And that's where we're trying to stretch. So if we're not doing that, then we're not really getting the stretch that we want. Again, if this is easy for you, reach past your foot to the floor. Just holding it here. And now we're going to reach down the middle. So imagine there's a line on the floor right in between your feet. That is where you're going to try to touch. If your fingers can touch that easy, try to put your hands down flat. Alright, hold this position here. If this is also still easy for you, make sure that your back is straight and you're not rounding yourself out. So take a look here. I'm trying to keep a straight back as I reach down. I'm not rounding here just yet. We will do that in a second. So I'm reaching in between my feet. If you want to, you can reach behind your feet as far as you possibly can. Holding this position just a little while longer. And now we can relax our back and our shoulders. I want you to grab onto your arms. So take a look, ready? I'm grabbing on here. I'm going to relax my head down. And I'm just going to rock back and forth like this. Legs are still straight. Nice and easy rock back and forth. Take some deep breaths here. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more deep breath. Here we go. Breathe in. And breathe out. Alright. Slowly come on out to a standing position. Next, we're going to stand with our feet together. We're going to do our pike stretch. So starting here, feet together, I want you to reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And now this is where we're going to focus on our straight back. We're going to reach forwards, bending at the hips. Legs are straight. We're going to try to have a straight back here in this position. So our back is flat. If you put a glass of water on your back, it would not spill. We're holding this here. And then we're going to continue with a flat back, reaching towards the floor. But we're not reaching straight down. I'm reaching still out away from my body. And then I'm going to slowly angle down. My toes are going to reach towards my hands are going to reach towards my toes. If you can't reach your toes, and your hands can only reach towards your shins, that is fine. That's where we're trying to reach. If you can touch your toes, try to touch the floor. If you can touch the floor, put your hands down flat on the floor. And if you can put your hands down flat on the floor, you can go home. You're done here. Just kidding, you're already at home. Pranked. You're not done. Keep stretching. Hands flat. This one, we're trying to think about our belly coming towards our knees. That's going to help us keep our flat back. If we think about our face coming towards our legs, we tend to bend our back in that round shape that we don't want. If you think about your belly coming towards your knees, it helps your back stay flat so you can really get the stretch that we're working on, alright? This is our pike stretch. Legs are straight, holding it here just a little bit longer. Take some deep breaths with me. Here we go. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And bend your knees and slowly roll back up. How was that? That was pretty good. Okay, we're going to take a seat on the ground. We're going to individualize. We're going to separate we're going to stretch our legs separately. That's the words I'm looking for. Good morning, everyone. We're going to bend one leg in like so. The other leg goes out straight. Foot can be relaxed. It does not have to be pointed or flexed for right now. You're going to slowly walk your hands forward. Think about your belly stretching out towards your knee. Your goal is to get your hands as close to your feet as possible, or your foot as possible. It's going to be really easy for you guys to reach further if you go like this and you twist to the side. That is not what we're working on now, so it's not a one-arm stretch. It is a two-arm stretch. We're trying to reach our outside arm all the way to our foot, which is going to make it a lot more of a stretch for us, okay? So see if you can get both hands towards your foot. If you can only make it to your shin, that is fine. Just reach as far as you can. This leg that is outstretched in front of us needs to stay straight. It cannot bend. It's not allowed to. And now we're going to point our toes away from us. If you can reach your foot, I want you to reach around the sides of your foot. Toes are pointed actively away from our body. We're holding this just a little bit more. And now we're going to flex our foot. So toes are pointing back towards our face. We're going to grab onto the top of our toes. Again, if you can't quite reach your toes, just really try to flex your toes towards you, reaching as far as you can with a straight leg. For this one, you can try to get your heel to come up off the ground a little bit. Alright, relax out of the stretch. Next, we'll switch to the other leg. So stick your other leg out. The leg that was just being stretched is bending in. Foot is relaxed. Like I said, it doesn't have to be pointing or flexed. And we're reaching both arms forwards towards our foot, trying to get your belly to extend towards your knee. Reaching forwards. If you can grab onto your foot, grab around the sides. Take some deep breaths. It's important, guys, to remember that we need to breathe when we stretch. Sometimes we exert ourselves and we're like, yeah! But we need to make sure we are taking some deep breaths. Holding this in this position for just a little bit more. Make sure this leg that is outstretched stays straight. No bend, okay? No cheating and grabbing, being like, look, I can get my toes, but my leg is bent. Leg stays straight. I don't care how far you make it, as long as it stays straight. Alright, let's point our toes, pointing them away from us. If you can reach your feet still, reach around the side so that your toe can point as far away as possible. Holding this position a little bit more. And now we're going to flex our toes. So we're pointing our toes back towards ourselves, grabbing on the top if you can, lifting our heel off the ground, leg stays straight, reach as far as you can. belly still extending towards our knees. Holding this position just a little bit more. And come on up. Okay, shake out your legs. We are now going to do our sitting pike stretch. So that means both legs are out straight. We did the standing pike stretch already, and we did each leg individually. Now we're going to do both legs together. So from the sitting pike stretch, I want you guys to sit up tall. You're going to roll your shoulders backwards like this, okay? And we're going to slowly lean forward and then reach our arms towards our feet. My chin is still up high. I don't want to just curl over into a ball. Think chin is up high, and my belly is trying to get down towards my knees again, okay? I hope that makes sense to you guys. So I'm having a straight back here. Belly going towards my knees and not my face going towards my knees. Alright? If you can't quite grab around the sides of your feet, I want you to grab around the back of your legs, wherever you may be, and you can hold yourself in this position. Alright? Feet are relaxed. They do not need to be pointed or flexed just yet. We're just holding this position. You should feel it in the back of your legs, in your hamstrings, which is the top part of your leg here, and even into your glutes just a little bit. Holding this position. Here we go. This feels nice. And now let's point our toes. So actively pointing our toes away from ourselves. And we're going to grab onto whatever part of our leg we can reach. And we're going to give a little bit of a pull. Just a small little pull, holding ourselves down a little bit further. If you feel like this stretch is going into your back a whole lot, that means your back is too round. So we need to be straighter. So that means come back up a little bit and then reach down. Another useful tip to help us get down into the stretch properly is if you have a pillow, you can put it in between your knees or your thighs, and as you do the stretch, I want you to squeeze the pillow as tight as you can, and that helps activate your legs so that your back relaxes and you don't use it as much, okay? So if you feel like you're really getting the stretch in your back rather than your legs, grab a pillow, squeeze it between your legs. Holding this just a little bit more, and now let's flex our toes, reaching both hands for the toes. Lift your heels up off the ground, holding it there. Sit up tall. This should be in your calves. Shouldn't have to reach as far forward, but now we are. So holding on to our toes, we're going to try to drop our elbows towards our legs. So bending our arms down, elbows come towards our legs. This should get pretty intense. Holding it there, just a little bit more. Very nice. And one more thing before we leave this pike stretch that I like to do is I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to cross it across, reaching to my left, and I'm going to pull myself down in that way. So I get a little bit of a twist. So again, I'm crossing across my body, my right hand going to my left foot. And then let's go to the other side, left hand going to the right foot, and then we're pulling in. Legs stay straight, just giving a little bit of a pull with my arm down into the stretch. It helps put a little bit of a twist on the stretch, and I think it really helps in the hips. Alright, relax, shake out your legs, stay seated. I'm checking the time, where we're at. Alright, cool, we got plenty of time. Alright, we got a few more things to do. Here we go. Next, you're going to sit down on the ground like so. So we're on our bum, feet are shoulder width apart, hands are down behind us. What we're going to do is, from this position, you're going to take one leg and you're going to cross it across the top knee. Alright? So when we're in this position, it should look like this. Alright? One leg is up, crossed. If this is a difficult position for you to get to, go ahead and do it lying down like this and cross your knee across the top. Our goal here is to push the knee that is bent up on top away from our body. So if I'm up here, I'm going to be working on trying to push my knee as far away from me as possible. Now when I do this, I'm going to feel it start to stretch the outside of my leg here. If the stretch doesn't feel like enough, scoot your foot that's on the floor a little bit closer to you and then push again, alright? Now this is going to be an active stretch. What that means is that we are going to actively use the muscles we are stretching, or the opposite muscles we're stretching, to push our knee away. I'm not using my hands, I'm using my leg muscles to push my knee into the stretch. Alright? So go ahead and start to do that. We're pushing our knee. You can see I'm wiggling it. Wiggle your knee. We're pushing it as far away from me as possible. If you're on the ground, this can look like this, pushing it away. And if this is too easy, lift your foot up off the ground here. It just helps get into the stretch a little bit. But I'm going to be up tall like this. So follow along with me if you can. We're pushing our knee away. Holding it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax it back, but don't stop or don't get out of the position. We're going to go again. Pushing it forwards. Hold it there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, relax it down. We're going to switch sides. So the other leg goes up, crossing over the top. And again, we are pushing our knee away using our leg muscles only. So if you are confused by that, again, wiggle your knee back and forth. And every time it goes away from your face, that's the motion we want to do. We want to push it as far away as possible. Hold it here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax it for a little bit. And push it forward for, come on, push it, push it, push it, push it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. When we do a stretch like that, where our muscles are pushing themselves into that stretch position, it's really good to not hold it for too long, just 10 seconds, and you don't have to push it as hard as you can. It's just a nice, easy, gentle, to where you're comfortable push, feeling both a stretch and a workout at the same time. It's really, really helpful for gaining flexibility. Alright, next, we are going to sit. You can go ahead and come to your pike. But what we're going to do is we're going to open to a half straddle. So, or not necessarily a half, but just a small straddle, like this, okay? Let me scoot back so you can see. So we're just in a small straddle stretch. We're not going super big with it. Little one. I want you guys to take both hands up above your head. We're going to reach with a straight back towards 1 foot. So we're trying to hold this stretch here, 1 foot. And what I want you to do is really, really focus on getting your belly towards your knee, keeping your legs nice and straight. Let's point our toes for this one. Pulling it in, and up, and let's go to the other foot. Reaching forward, pulling it in, holding this position, keep both legs straight, both toes pointed. Alright, come on up, and this time we're going to walk our fingers forwards. You can either reach down the middle, like so, or if you can, reach both feet. You can do that. So if your straddle is a little too wide and you want to bring your feet closer together, you can. Reaching around, trying to get our belly towards the floor. Not our face, our belly, okay? Belly comes towards the floor, pulling in tight. Hold it there. Let's take some deep breaths, okay? Ready? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So I have to spend this whole time talking to you guys. You guys should be listening and breathing, alright? It's really helpful when we stretch. Holding ourselves here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. And now we're going to take it out wider. You can go as wide as you want. If you want to go all the way, go all the way. If you want to just stay in your half straddle, that's fine too. But we're going into a straddle stretch once again. This time, we're going to reach over to 1 foot with one hand. Our other hand is going to come up over our ear. Our goal is to get our chest to face the ceiling. So think about twisting your body to make yourself look. If you want to, you can put one hand down flat and reach over the side. But for me, I like to get the added stretch of reaching to the side here and then reaching over the top. But our arm is coming up over our ear. It's not across the front. Up over our ear, look towards the ceiling. Point your toes, keep your legs straight. Holding this position just a little while longer. Take some deep breaths here, guys. Look towards the ceiling, really turn it open. Pull a little bit harder with that arm that's on your foot. And relax to the top. And we're going to the other side. So my left arm is reaching for my left foot. My right arm comes over my ear. And I twist, trying to look at the ceiling. Holding it here. Hand can come closer to your foot if you want. Looking towards the ceiling. Twisting, twisting, twisting. Hold that position. Legs stay straight. Take some deep breaths. And relax up tall. Okay. For this next part, we're going to be reaching forwards down the middle. Our goal is to get our belly towards the floor. Okay? So, sit up nice and tall. Legs stay straight. Toes stay pointed. Reaching forwards. If you need to, you can find something to grab onto and hold yourself into the stretch. But try to get your belly towards the floor. Okay? I'm going to turn sideways so you guys can see. See if I can have a straight back here. So my back is trying to be as straight as possible. Reaching forwards. Belly is coming towards the floor. Not my face towards the floor. Belly. Okay? Reaching, reaching, reaching. And now let's sit up tall. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a gentle pulse forwards and backwards. So what that means is I'm going to reach forwards, shift back. Reach forwards, shift back. But I'm going to do it really slow and really controlled. I'm not just cranking myself forward like a crazy person, okay? Nice and easy. Here we go. Reach forwards, back. Out, back. Reach out. Okay? We'll go for 5, 4, belly towards the floor, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to hold it here on 1. Really reach those bellies towards the floor. Reaching forwards. Deep breath. One more big deep breath. And as we breathe out, I want you to try to reach a little bit further. So breathe in. And out and reach. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Sitting up tall. Don't go anywhere. We got one more thing to do. Woo! How you guys feeling? Good? Last thing we're going to do, just add a little bit of twist. So you're going to lay down flat. Laying down flat on our back, like so. We're going to take one knee, bend it up high. Okay, the other leg is out straight. My arms are going to go flat on the ground. And I'm going to turn my leg over the top, just like this. My goal is to get both shoulders on the ground. So as I bring my right knee to the floor, my right shoulder wants to come up tall, but instead I'm going to push it back towards the floor. I can put my hand on top of my knee to hold it in place, and take my right hand and reach it way behind me, and then look at my right hand. So I'm looking backwards over my shoulder. Hold this here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to do the other side. So right leg goes down, left leg comes up, and we twist it over the side. My left hand is reaching as far away from my knee as possible, and my eyes are on my hand. My right hand is helping me hold my knee to the floor. Keep that leg bent. Holding this position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on out. Relax. Stand on up. Shake out your legs. Give it a little wiggle. And you guys are bendy now. That's it. You did it. You're bendy. Me too. Isn't that great? We're both bendy. Alright. Thank you for joining me for Let's Get Bendy this morning, this lovely Friday morning. And by lovely, I mean cloudy and rainy. But hopefully the weather will get better. It's supposed to be really warm today. So if you do see sun, get outside as fast as you can, because it's supposed to be really warm. Alright. Thank you for Thanks for joining me for Let's Get Bendy. I hope you join me for Let's Get Buff. We got both of them. Right? If you haven't done Let's Get Buff, you should. It's really cool. You're going to be strong. Good morning. Hope you have a good Friday. And I'll see you guys next time.